Hey, what's up everybody? It's Neil here. Welcome back to Escape Monster. Right, in this film, what I want to discuss is lighting that I've chosen for my board. Now, there are lots of different types of lighting and that, but this is what I've managed to get hold of. So, what I've gone to is, I went to Halfords, and I've already had this out. It's not an unboxing, I've already had it out and used it. So what I've got here is a Bike Hut 1600 lumens. So this is a really nice little light, comes in this box, and it's 50 quid. Okay, so that's not, I don't think that's too bad. Pop that on there for now. Okay, so here's the light, and you've got a nice little display down here, and this is for how many hours worth of light you actually have. And there are 8 different settings on this light. So if you have it on a low power, you'll obviously have more showing if your battery's running out than if you have a higher setting. This is your power button. I'll show you it actually working in a minute. Really easy on the Trampa if you've got the bull bars. This is something you don't have to have permanently on. Okay, so that's quite easy to use. Now what I'm going to do, just going to turn the light off. Right, that is the brightest it's the brightest setting we've got. But you've also got so if I take it down to the next one, you can see that it goes down from there, and again. So if you don't want it on the full brightness, if it's too bright for where you're riding, let's say you're in town, you don't need that much, you want a bit of light, but it's not like a trail. It's then got like a flicker to it, raising up and down, and then you've got a strobe, and then you're back to the main brightest. That's that. I really like that. Obviously, you could mount it on the front, right in the front. For a nice single beam, which would be perfectly adequate. However, I like that this board is pretty chunky. So I actually opted for 2. Here we go. I actually have a second one. I think personally the 2, it does normally come with another rubber, but when I used it with that, it made the light kind of wobble a bit, so going directly to it gave me the best option. Now, under here you have your charging unit. What I didn't mention is these are actually a power bank as well. So if you want to run LEDs down the board, you know, to run down here, at some point I think I might try some LEDs underneath, but right now I've got a splinter. In fact, let's use, not that, oh there we go, there's a splinter. Perfect for getting splinters out. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so what you've actually got here is you've got a USB. So if you've got a USB light, a little deck light or something, that flashing lights or coloured lights, you can just plug it into there as a power bank. And the fact that I've actually got 2 means I can switch between the ones that are going to run out. But for the back, fitting in really nicely is a little cat eye. Obviously it's another bike light. Press it and it comes on, and it has a varying kind of, not strobe, we have more of a strobe and a solid light, and press for off. Okay, so yeah, I was quite impressed with that. I think that's quite nice and bright. And so what I'm going to do now is take that outside and show you what that's like. Just going to turn on the backlight, and you can get a look at quite how bright that is. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is just turn on one front light, and you can see that's pretty reasonable. And then if I turn on the second light, that just gives a nice little glow. Okay, so turn off that, so just so I can do one at a time, so in case you decide just to buy one, you might not buy any. So I'm going to take it to the, you can see the different modes there. You've got flashing strobe, and then we're straight back up to the main power. Now if you look at that main power, that is pretty considerable. And there we have it. You can really see into the trees over there. Let's move the camera a bit. You can really see the trees there. Turn them back off again. Okay, so do you think you could ride at night? Probably at some point I'll do a woodland ride at night and see just how bright that is. But I think that's pretty impressive. So when you're looking at that, that's pretty bright. No wonder people are dazzled by it. So that's another reason why you may not want it on full beam if you're around people, because that is just so bright. And again, from the back, the red shows up pretty well, I think. But if they can see the red, they're going to see the white of the light anyway. Anyway, hope you guys find that interesting, and catch you on the next one.